Ethan and Lucy stood in the middle of the office, and Ethan called for everyone's attention. "Good evening, everyone. I have an announcement. You have all come to the end of your working lives," Ethan said, his voice laced with malice. Lucy smiled and said, "We will give you all a head start." She tied back her hair, and both of them had their zips on full display for the employees to see. They both started laughing. Simultaneously, they both reached for their foreheads, pulling back their zips and releasing the blue light. The staff looked terrified. Some of them were stunned by what they were seeing, while others ran for the exit. Maria pretended to be scared and ran with the group. The two Slitheen rolled their eyes back and started moaning in enjoyment as they shed their skin suits. Soon they stood tall and naked, their true Slitheen forms on full display. The staff who hadn't run looked on in horror as their bosses flopped to the floor, their human skins discarded. Two imitating voices spoke up.
"It's time for the hunt. Run as fast as you can, but we will catch you eventually. You are all prey now."
The staff scattered, screaming and running in all directions. Maria followed the group, trying to escape the office and the two Slitheen. They ran through the corridors and tried to find a way out, but all the doors and windows were locked.
"Oh, it's good to be naked,"
Lucy exclaimed.
"It's wonderful, sister,"
Ethan replied. The staff members fled through the building with the Slitheen hot on their heels. The staff had run out the door of the office into the corridor. They ran down it until they came to the fire escape, which they tried desperately to open. "It won't open!" screamed Emma.
"Don't bother. We've locked all the doors,"
Lucy said menacingly. Emma and Maria started banging on the doors, shouting for help.
"No help is coming."
Beth ran down the stairs with another employee to warn the receptionist, Charlotte, about the danger. "Aliens! Lucy and Ethan are aliens!" Beth said out of breath. "Lucy locked all the doors. She said it was security reasons. She's taken the key," Charlotte said, stunned. "Lucy's dead. She has a big bog monster inside her," Beth shouted. Emma and Maria came down the stairs. They were both panting and sweating. "We can't get out. We need to get to the roof," Emma said. "Agreed," Maria added. "I know a way in a service lift," Charlotte said. The staff followed Charlotte through the building, the Slitheen in pursuit. Suddenly, the other employee fell over her own laces. The girls got to the elevator and pressed the button. They told her to hurry, but the Slitheen were locked on. They jumped on her and swung at her with their claws. As the elevator doors closed, the group heard a scream as she was killed off. The group of them took time to catch their breath. Maria was holding in a fart. She could feel her skin suit chafe when she ran, but had to maintain her disguise. She had to think of something quick. The elevator pinged as they reached the top floor. The girls got out and ran down the corridor. Maria knew that she needed to push the girls back downstairs towards Lucy and Ethan. They could see a roof hatch and the girls ran towards it. "That doesn't open, trust me. I know a different way," Maria explained. Maria lied, but the girls looked confused and didn't know what to do. They heard the screams of the Slitheen downstairs and decided to follow Maria. "Are you sure?" "Yes, of course I am," Maria reassured them. Maria led them down a corridor into the room covered in plastic sheeting. They entered into a dark room, and Maria closed the door behind her. "I think we're safe in here." "Where's the way out?" Maria smiled. At that moment, she let out a huge fart. Her face looked relieved. "I'm afraid there's no way out. Not for you, anyway," she said in an evil tone. "Oh, no! Oh, God, no!" Emma screamed. She reached up to her brown forehead. There was now a metal zip on display. She pulled on it, and blue light emitted from Maria's forehead. She closed her eyes as she pushed her skin down, pulling out her giant claws as her body broke free of Maria's skin. Her bum flopped down, and the skin came off, and it was flopped to the ground. Her green clawed feet standing over the suit. She jumped up and onto Charlotte, who was pushed to the ground. Maria started ripping apart Charlotte's body. Charlotte was dead. Beth and Emma ran back down the corridor to the hatch onto the roof. However, Maria had stalled them in time for Lucy and Ethan to get up the stairs. Emma and Beth hid in another abandoned office room. Lucy and Ethan bumped into Maria.
Happy hunting, sister. Oh, it's wonderful. I've already ripped one apart. The next one is mine. I can smell them. Yes, sweat and fear.
The Slitheen walked into the room where Emma and Beth were hiding. They turned on the light. Beth and Emma were under a table, shaking with fear. The 3 aliens surrounded the table. Lucy grabbed Beth by her foot and dragged her out. She stuck her claws into her forehead and was an instant kill. Emma tried to get out but was grabbed by Ethan and thrown towards Maria, who finished her in one strike.
We need to put these bodies somewhere. I wouldn't worry about Beth. There's nothing left. Someone was hungry. I didn't get to eat much of Maria, so I'm having my fill of this human.
Ethan and Maria Slitheen started to gather the bodies and hide them in the dark room. Maria picked up her skin suit and carried it downstairs. Ethan picked up Andrea's body and stuffed it in a bin. Lucy and Ethan waddled into the office and picked up their skins.
Another fine hunt, sisters.
Suddenly, the police stormed the building. They stormed into Ethan's office. The 3 Slitheen looked startled. They'd only just finished zipping up, still with their hands on their foreheads. Ethan, I am here to escort you, Lucy and Maria to 10 Downing Street. Right, good. Blimey, pardon me. Shall we? The officer escorted the Slitheen down to an unmarked car. They could see 2 more police cars, one in front and one behind, as their escort. Ethan opened the door and the 3 of them climbed in and squeezed themselves into the back seat. The squeeze was making the compression worse for the Slitheen. Lucy let out a small fart, followed by Maria, who was squeezed in the middle. The agonizing journey came to an end, and the 3 got out of the car. They smiled at the cameras outside of number 10. Oh, that's some journalist from a local radio station. Quite what connects all these people, we have no idea. On the inside, the 3 were greeted by a large woman. It was blonde in her Margaret Blaine disguise. Good to see you all. Thanks for sorting the signal out. If you'd just like to follow me upstairs. As she was walking up the stairs, Lucy felt her skin chafe and let out a fart. That's the spirit. They walked down a corridor and they could see blue light at the end of it. Some Slitheen had arrived before and had already unmasked. There you go, you 3. If you'd like to go on through and get changed. The 3 of them nodded in relief. They looked at each other, catching a glimpse of each other in the human skins for the last time. Lucy was the first to start unmasking, tugging at her zip. Ethan then followed. Maria then reached for her forehead and started pulling on her zip. They had never felt more relieved. If you'd follow the corridor down, it's first on the left. She took their skins and hung them up with a coat hanger for later.
There you are, if you'd just like to go through and get changed. Now, if you'd like to head down to the end of the corridor, it's first on the left.
Thank you.